Yeah, it's your boy Brian. I'm out here at the compound. It is a humid day in upstate New York. What we're working on today is things around the house, preserving some of the projects that we've already done. Let's get right into it. Let's take a look. So what we've got here is this is my little stand for working on automotive stuff like car fenders and stuff. But anyway, this is the door. I got her painted. Let me move this ladder out of the way, people, so you can get a real good picture of it. This is the door. I went down to Lowe's today and got some nice Sherwin-Williams exterior paint. It's supposed to have a UV protector in it. And for a lot of you folks out there that say, oh, that's just a gimmick. You can say it's a gimmick, I suppose. I used to think like that too, but when I painted the greenhouse over here, I put a this is not regular wood here. Like, it is regular wood, but it's not regular wood bare colors, you know what I mean? What it is it's actually painted. Let me show you here. If you can see this wood, this is not regular. I know it looks light like a regular wood, but this is actually a paint. And if you look, it's still got a nice sheen on it, you know. Now mind you, I repainted the floor this year. It's been 2.5 or 3 years, and I just repainted the floor, and it wasn't because the wood was bad. What it was is you see the pots and plants here. Sometimes they we put them up on them blocks and bricks like that so that the water can run off of them and not just set directly underneath onto the wood. But it was basically stained up. But if you look, all this wood here, there's no mold there, and this is in the direct sunlight every day that it's sunny. And there's no mold, and that's what it's for. It's supposed to be a mold preventative. It's so the wood don't warp. Basically, the UV light coming through, it's got the protector on it. Getting back to the scenario that I was telling you with the barn door. So let's go out here and take a look. This has the UV protector in it. As you see, why I call this my shed of many colors. This is just scrap tin that I put on here from other projects. The roof has been painted with Rust-Oleum, and I believe the back side, around the back, and then this side over here in the front. Now remember, I've got to put these boards that I built the door with. I'm going to get another pallet and I'm going to run them up here, and that's going to be beige. Okay, and then this side here, as you can see, we painted that as well. And if you look at, you know, some of the paint is peeled. Okay, what I can do is just take some sandpaper to that and then I'll retouch it up. But as you can see, for the most part, you know, from the road, you can see that it's got a pretty good a brown and a beige look to it. Okay. But I call it the shed of many colors because I know really that it was made from a bunch of different pieces of tin, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I built the thing out of regular wood, and I used to have all wood around the outside, and I wound up getting rid of the wood because I didn't want it to basically, we got these bees, they're like carpenter bees. I didn't want them to saw through it. And here's the funny thing. Those carpenter bees do not like the paint for some reason. Now they will sit there, let me show you. And that's one thing I'm really proud of. I like that slider a lot. But now these bees will get in here on the regular wood, and if you can see that right there, that's little holes, and they plug them with something. That must be where the larva is. But anyway, if you can see that little hole right there, that's how they drill. Regular wood they drill into. But if you put that paint on it, they don't like it. So we'll step back one more time. We'll take another look. Now here's the other thing. If you want one of them sliders, it's not really hard to do. You know, they sell the sections at, I think I bought that all at Tractor Supply. But it's really not that hard to do. And you know, you're seeing the outside skin of it, but I actually built the inner part. It used to have just like a fabric material over it. If you look here, I don't know if you can see that, but this is a 2x6 frame that I built and you go up underneath. Let me show you here. See the bolts run all the way through, and then you just run the nuts on the end with the washers, and that's how you make the slider. Okay, but that's the update on the door. Next time I see a pallet, I'm going to get that off there, and we're going to do that wood up top, get that painted. I'm going to do the gable end fascia. We'll get that all squared away, and then the shed of many colors will serve us for years to come. But the other thing I did, if you notice, I took this raw wood that was on my trailer and I painted that as well. We got that all painted in, even on the end grain. Okay, even on the end grain all the way down, we got that painted as well. Now that needs to be those headache racks. The headache rack and then that back piece needs to be pulled off and actually painted. I took the hose to it today, and what I did was I washed it all down and got everything out of there, because what I may do is I may spray this week. I got some good epoxy primer. We're going to go ahead and scuff this and then prime it. I got to pull the headache rack off like I told you, and these end pieces right here, these just bolt on the bottom. They bolt in down at the bottom. So this piece here will come off right here, this triangle section, and then I will turn around and we'll get them primed and painted, and then we can go ahead and reassemble the whole thing. And again, we'll probably paint it black, and the boards are brown. Don't worry about them, they're going to get scuffed up, but it kind of keeps the boards from twisting and racking, so to speak. But yeah, that's the deal. We got the barn door done. I know these are just little things, right? People say, well, it's a barn door. I mean, big deal. Well, for me, it is a big deal, because it's a door that says, I put that together and I want it to last. I don't want to be so busy that I forget about it, and then 6 months from now, the wood's no good. So I wanted to take care of that. We got her done. We've got to get that upper part done. That's next on my list. Now you really notice that really quite a bit because of the doors being so nice. But yeah, so here's a look at it. There's the trailer. She's looking good. She's looking fine. And you know, I got to go get some more topsoil. Maybe this week I'll grab the topsoil. If you see this line right here, this is where my boiler line is. I dug it up there, and it's taken a minute for the grass to grow because that's mainly just sand in there. So what I'm going to do is get some topsoil, and I'll probably come in and spread it right across, and then let that grow in. There's the mower. The grass grows so fast here. I just want to put the topsoil there so that it's tightens it up, so to speak. But yeah, so there's the door. We'll go ahead and pick up the ladders and stuff, and we'll get them put back in the shed of many colors. We've got the wagon all done. Just a little update. Excuse me, a little update. And of course the Eiger, that thing's running amazing. That's what a nice machine. I think they fired all these Suzuki engineers that built these, because they still running 20-something years later. Now this is an 03 and it's 2023. That's 20 years, and you'd be hard pressed to find a nicer four-wheeler, in my opinion. But it's a good tool for around here at the compound, because if you actually look at it, it really sets nice and level with the wagon. And that's a wagon that anybody would be happy with. I think that's a wagon that anybody would say, if you've got any bit of property, that, you know what, this is really something that we could really enjoy. I do have to put the cables on there, as you can see. But you know, the tailgate itself comes completely off. It's got the wedge design, so when you tip it, all the material comes out nice. These are the little clips at the top. We've already been through this, but for people that haven't seen the overall wagon. Now what I've got to do is, as you see, I need to cap these off, these little ends. I'm going to go ahead and fluid film them, or I think I'm going to weld them shut and put a hole in there, drill a hole, and then fluid film them, and put a little button plug in there. But look how nice that shuts. I mean, really, look at that. Watch. I mean, that was really I don't want to say it was a great design, but it was a nice design, you know. And the reason I designed it like that was just like I used to have a Cam Superline trailer, and that's exactly how they made them. I put these on the lathe and made these, but that's exact same. It used to always be handy. You could dump it like that. You could lock the top and then undo the bottom one, and this will actually come open, like it'll sift. You can tip it up and drive away, and it'll sift the material out. But we like it. We like it a lot, and how do I put it? It's definitely going to be a situation that says it's a good tool for around the yard. I like the wooden sides because it gives you a lot more material height, especially if you're pulling something like mulch. You don't have to make multiple trips. You can load it up pretty good. This is going to be a really good tool for come fall time, going to get some wood out in the woods. And that's the deal. Now, earlier today I worked on